Alrighty, even though it's 8 o'clock, and technically I could have wrapped it up for the night, the desire to get that off-grid property for 20,000 or something is too important and too desirable. So I'm gonna keep going, do some little stuff here and there. Okay, so first thing I want to do is get the animations for the flashlight takeout and the flashbang, since we got one for the crowbar. Now, for that to be done, I'm gonna have to get reset animation. Just gonna double check nothing is gonna get cleared. No. Okay. Copy it, and then this is item take out flash. Well, actually, this needs to be very strictly following the naming convention of the items. So if we go master node, flashlight, so it's makeshift flashlight. And since we're going to have a jerry-rigged flashlight, we're going to have to also make animations for that, which is like a flashlight made out of a glass bottle. Hello again. Oh, are you on the night shift? Hello again. Oh boy. Oh, what? That's weird. Is the comment not showing up on the in-stream chat? No, it does. Cool. Whew. All right. So, flashlight. So we're gonna get the flashlight imported. This is gonna be obj. This will be importing straight from the engine, models, items, and then flashlight. We don't want to split objects. Just gonna get that in. Now, size-wise, S 0.5, I think. Maybe. I don't want to record this, though. Okay. And we're going to give it a constraint, child of, armature, item. And then don't inherit the scale. Nice. All right. That works. What do we need to do here? We need to You know what I'm thinking? Maybe for Atomicon, because we have to rotate the node by 90 degrees, so in Godot we have to have that node that is rotated on the x-axis by 90 degrees, maybe in Atomicon I can animate the bone, which will animate an empty, and it's that empty that's going to be rotated by 90 degrees in Blender, and that way in Godot it's already pre-rotated, so like the bone is in the correct orientation. Maybe that's going to work. Maybe. Right. So what is this? What are we doing here? We are doing... Evening, governor. You can always give that a try. Yeah, well, not here, because we already have a system here. We're using an extra node in Godot to offset it by 90 degrees. That should be fine. All right, let's take all the bones. Location, rotation, that's fine. So what I wanted to do with the flashlight is the player... Oh. Well, hold on a sec. Influence. 0. Stay that way. I'm just going to quickly go in here. Protect this, and then go into the ready function. And then make a record that the animation influence has to be reset here. Anyways, what was I saying? Right, the takeout animation for the flashlight is going to be, first it comes up, and then the character fiddles something with the wires. There's going to be a little spark, and then that turns it on, and then points it forward. Okay. Now, what do we got here? Item takeout, flashlight, makeshift flashlight. Okay, so first we need to rotate it. There we go. I think it should be pretty good orientation. Maybe rotate it like this. That might be right in our face. Although, should be okay. Okay. You bend over the little lid and then it's like it's a shutter. Oh god. It's like the shutter on the flashlight in the Echoes of the Eye DLC in Outer Wilds. Okay. So, first pose is, I guess we probably want to start from here. So first pose is going to be, ooh, too close. Probably not obscure the center of the screen. Okay. Let's go up here. So one of the videos was from the other day. Was curious, what's the game about? Excuse me. The animation on the device was good. Got me hooked. Nice. Yes. The adding hands to the game is already paying off. People are interested. Nice. It's a little swamp survive the night while basically defending yourself, defending your fort from paranormal unholy things until sunrise. Okay. So we're probably gonna have. Let's. What should it be? It's like pinching gesture. So we'll probably do something like this. Place the keyframes here, and then we'll do RX. There we go. I suppose the position should probably be over here. And I'm gonna, in order to make this motion, I think we're gonna have it twist around like this centerpiece. So I'm gonna place the blender's cursor right in the middle there. And then we're gonna make animation across that 3D cursor. And that way we can do stuff like this. Let's do this, and then there we go. Okay, now that's a key pose. And then we can do some like, we still have the point there, so we can rotate this bone around that pivot. I'd like a pause for a second. What if we do this? Location rotation. Yeah, there we go. There's a little pause there. And then we'll place some sparks there in code. Maybe we can get just a little recoil from the hand. Just kind of twist it. Oh, actually, this is where we want to go back to doing bounding box. Okay. Before we actually do that, I might want to place keyframes right here so that it doesn't just start magically moving in the middle. Okay. Hello? No, we need individual origins. Like that. Okay, we'll figure that out afterwards. And then the final pose. Oop. Easy does it. Final pose is going to be here. We'll have to move the elbow as well. Guess that's fine. Oh, easy. Don't move all the frames now. There we go. Cool. When the YouTube algorithm is starting to do justice. It's been a lot of work, that's for sure. But I guess what I have to show isn't as basic bitch, I guess. Okay, we have this distinct pause of nothing happening. Which isn't really what I wanted. Yeah, there we go. Just a tiny little bit of motion. Okay, cool. And then left arm can go away. I think we can make it go away by this point. Oop. By this point in time, that is. And we'll just lower that, and you stay out of there. Yeah, nice. Okay. As long as it looks the same in Godot. Now, rotation-wise, I think for this bone, we could probably take only the rotation channels and just offset them here. That might be a bit much. Actually, what if we try it like this? We could do like a time offset on the whole motion. Yeah. So it reaches the destination before it finishes rotating to the destination. Okay. Okay. It does kind of look like a knob. Um, hmm. Maybe I can make the thumb press in a little bit more. So we got these 2 points, and then we can make them close in a bit more. Yeah. Okay, that works. Now, I wonder. Goes up. Maybe if we offset this just a little bit. Ooh. No, not even that much. Oh, we're only doing rotation, right? Uh, gotta be careful. Move all the channels. Come on now. Yeah. There we go. There we go. Okay, so that little pause helps with the legibility. It's amazing how much properly set up armature can help with that workflow. I'm doing a lot of stuff that I've never really done before. Like for example, um, I'm placing the 3D cursor and then I'm telling the animation to move around that point, which allows me to, like pivot animations. Like this type of motion requires both rotation and location frames. Um, it's just it's just a lot easier. I would probably in the past set up some sort of like nodes or empties and animate around those. This is really helpful. And then, yeah, a lot of the stuff. I would also do some ridiculous stuff like set up inverse kinematics for every single finger. Because I thought, well, there's inverse kinematics. Clearly, I'm supposed to be using that on everything. But it's like, no. This is like a fairly simple setup. Inverse kinematics for the wrists, forward kinematics for the fingers. You know, I used to kind of think to myself and dread that, oh, I gotta animate every single bone. Was like, not really. Just animate the whole group of bones. Just press L and select the whole thing, and then suddenly they're all. Whoa, okay, well maybe not like that. Um, suddenly they're all moving. There we go. We can Spider-Man our way out of here. Where we're playing as a little pompous prick. There we go. I don't know why it made him French, but okay. Cool. Okay, so that's the makeshift flashlight. Um, that's done. I'm gonna move this to a collection of item props, and then promptly disable it. Imagine what rotation without nicely set up IK. Yeah, like moving the upper shoulder, lower shoulder, or the upper arm, lower arm, wrist, and then suddenly you realize, oh no, that's not in the right angle, and then you move it, and the whole animation goes out the window. That's what I meant when I mentioned about the what is it, the Pixar, no, DreamWorks, whoever made the Toy Story, when they showcased the documentary of how the animation of the first Toy Story was made, it was all forward kinematics, one bone at a time, one property at a time. It was actually painful to look at. Okay. Now technically, I should be able to export this, and it should just get picked up right away. Like the takeout animation you just play. Speaking of which, I received the Valve Index 3 weeks ago. And I've been meaning to make a video about it, but things kept cropping up. And I really want to make a video about like the reasons why I ended up spending about 5 times the cost of a quest so that I wouldn't have to work on the quest. Whew. And it's been preventing me from working on Sublunaris because it's like if I'm gonna unpack it, it's not much of an effect for the video when I unpack it. Here's the thing that I've already unpacked. Hope you love it. Cool. All right, let's double check this. Okay, it works. The size needs to be adjusted, but it works. What's the size that we ended up doing here? 0.5. Okay, so flashlight. Cool. So health scale, 0.5, 0.5, 0.5. So this means that we don't need location idle or rotation idle. That's in the animation now. Would be a good idea to get rid of that. Quick load. Flashlight. Do we not have a material for it? Makeshift bright tool. Flash bulb. Cherry flashlight. This is not... No, this is not the one that I made. Okay. Okay, I think we need to just remake this material. New standard material. Flashlight. That's Jerry Rick flashlight. Where's mine? What the heck? Wait, what? Where is my flashlight material or texture set? Silo key, radio detector, propane. What the heck? Hey. Did it get lost during like movement? Inventory items. Well, that's not nice. The bulb is here. That's definitely not the bulb. Bulb base. What the shiz? Well, this is combining multiple UV maps over on top of each other, so that's not really what I need. Bulb. Oh, bulb glass, bulb base. This might be it. Hold on. Standard material. A libido. Okay, yeah, that's it. Cool. And this was before we started using multiple maps. Multiple maps within one texture. Cool. That normal map looks awfully bloody. Okay, mid occlusion. What else? Normal roughness. I think I got pretty much everything I need. Okay. Now, what is on this? That's just the glass. Okay, so bulb, I think bulb base is basically going to have the rest of it. Let me save this. Materials, custom materials, items, flashlight, bulb. Oh, speaking of, well, on a completely unrelated note, I don't know, I'm trying to segue into it. So this particular error, the height map terrain, unknown height map format, 12, I posted a bug report on Zillion's terrain uh, GitHub repo, and like within 45 minutes, the dude replies, and then 20 minutes later, he posts a push to the repository with a fix. And I'm like, damn, that's fast. Yeah, dude's right on it. Base albedo. Is that it? Please be it. Let's see. I think that might be it. That is definitely not it. Bulb. What is on this thing? I don't even know what I'm looking at. Oh, actually, no. That kind of does look a bulb, but... So, that's not the flashlight, then. Hmm. Okay. If that's not it, then... Where's our flashlight? Oh! Right. This was multiple separate individual components. Right. Okay, so standard material. Where's the tin can material? That's the tin can material. Right. So the tin can, I was just reusing the tin can from the actual standalone tin can object, which means, damn it, the tin can doesn't have the textures on it. Okay, that's fine. So we go to tin can, albedo. There you go. Okay, we got it. Right, so the flashlight wasn't like textured from scratch. It was just me using all the existing pre-made objects to kind of, well, jerry rig a flashlight item out of them. Roughness. Okay. Normal. Nice. And then ambient occlusion. Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Tin can is back. Now, unfortunately, we don't have the substance project for the tin can. That is unfortunate. Okay. Battery. I'm gonna save this. Nice. Okay, that's the battery. Hold on. Battery. Well, clearly this is the battery 12 volt, but maybe the name is reversed. Yes, it is. Okay. Because I think it was like 6 or 3 volts, and then the other one was 12 volts, but then I decided to up the large one to call it 55 volt one. Okay, then. That's fine. Let's save this. Okay, now what's this? Wire. Wire spool, fence wire. Nope. This one might not even have a material. It was like a solid something. Actually, no. I think it might have had something. Copper wire spool. Actually, no. This wire does not have a a shielding on it, so it was just like raw wire by itself. Okay, so let's just do standard material. I'm just gonna give it something of a placeholder for the time being. Metallic. And then roughness. Sure. Yeah, we'll work with it for the time being. Probably load something in here. Oh, it's not UV mapped, so that's not going to work. Okay. That's fine. Save. Custom materials items. Makeshift flashlight copper wire, which we can simply copy over to this. And apparently there's one more thing here that is missing a texture, but I don't know what it is. Okay, we'll just leave it empty. Cool. All right. So, scale 0.5.5. That should be it. All right. Sure. Now, do we have the ability to actually interact with it? I can't pin it. Oh, I can pin it, but it crashes. Get surface override material. UV offset 1. Pin line for flashlight GD. Oh, pin line. This was a... well, this is basically this mesh right here. And it's supposed to have a material. Does it have a pin line? Do I have a pin line? Flashlight pin stripe. Yes. That's the material. Okay. Maybe we should be perfectly fine as it is. So this is the indicator of where the flashlight is going to be looking at. Oh, okay. I can't see it. Presumably because it's invisible. Or it's telling me something. Node origin and target area in same position. Look at failed. Right. Node origin and target position on the same position. Well, not forever. We would have technically complained continuously about that if that was the issue. It is actually looking at it, though. The aim line is the only thing that is not working. Okay, you know what? That's fine. I'm just going to add it to the list of things that I need to fix. So this is fix pinning line not showing. Okay, that's good. We'll just add it to the list. We're not going to worry about it right now. Instead, flashlight turning on. That's what we want to handle. Now, This does not work anymore because it expects the name of whatever it's inside of, the flashlight is inside of, to be item held. And that is not the case. We are no longer holding the item with the item held, do we? Let's see. Grab point. Where's the bone attachment node? Bone attachment. 3D. But that's for the head. Here we go. Item held node. That's what we want. So we go to the flashlight, item held node. I would assume the flashbang will have the same issue. There we go. As a matter of fact, just double check. There's two places where we do this check. Same thing here. Okay. So that should give us the ability to turn it off, or turn it on and turn it off. Okay. So, well, that works. Now that we are using Godot 4, we don't actually need to hide the light behind the flashlight, I think. Although we might still want to do that just because the size of the flashlight becomes a little larger. We do have a piece of code that moves the flashlight around. There we go. Don't need that. Take a look at that. Of course, we'll have to have a sound effect for the flashlight. There's a click, but it's not supposed to be a click because there's no click. I think the click might be an old sound. Man, I gotta say, once I've added the hand animations, it feels like we're making so much meaningful progress. I don't know what it is about it. Maybe it's just the perception of quality, just because of having the hands. And I'm specifically using the term perception of quality, you know. Okay. Cool. So we can do this. We could probably play around with the properties of the spotlight. We do have volumetric fog enabled, right? Here's the energy, but the energy is controlled by the code. Looks like our flashlight's gonna have to boost quite a bit more. Energy level. Let's go like 12. There we go. That's more like it. Finally, not having glitchy shadows on the shallow edges is very nice to have. And let's double check that environment node. Volumetric fog. There we go. Cool. Now, if I go back to the flashbang, not flashbang, flashlight, and then we take a look at the attenuation level. Is it possible to get like a really harsh 0? A really harsh transition? I mean, technically right there. Ah, there it is. That's what I need. This is for distance. And then we can play around with the volumetric energy. Pin that over here. Aw, man. That looks awesome. Freaking volumetrics, man. When I had to fake that stuff with a cone. I mean, the funny thing is the cone didn't really look bad. It was a little simplistic, but it did communicate volumetrics. But this is like, oh, this is just awesome. Our material doesn't seem to be emitting energy, though. Let's see. Guess we can apply something afterwards. Okay. Aw, man. We can probably lower the volumetric amount. Interesting. There's a bit of a delay. It's like the early ray tracing in Unreal Engine that had a bit of a delay. And my flashlight just died. Right. We can tone down the volumetric strength on the flashlight when we're holding it. And then bring it up when we're pinging it. Because I think the effect is a little too strong when we're looking straight from behind it. Right. Now. Flashlight energy level. What do we need? Alright, we need to make it turn on. We need to make it turn on when we open it. Or just enable it. So. Func toggle. New state. Oh, it already has a toggle. Yeah. Okay. So don't need it. Already have it. Except this toggle doesn't work in the way we've established toggle should work. Toggle should accept new state. That's how toggle should work. And then we're going to say item data toggle is going to be whatever the new state is going to be. We're supposed to be doing interact on this. Now, what is this? Audio stream player play. Audio stream player 3D play. Ah, this is the turn on and turn off sound effect, I think. Either in game settings or volumetric Fox settings. TAA. What does TAA stand for? Okay. You know what? I think here's what we need to do. This toggle is for when we're holding it. Temporal anti-aliasing. Got it. I'm going to have to double check that then. As soon as I'm done with this, though. Okay, so we kind of established that toggle means we supply the new toggle state. Now, we could forego this here, but I kind of don't want to. What should it be? So we know that we can interact with it and we can toggle it. Now, it does not have an interact function by the looks of it. And interact is for when we pin it to the wall, we should be able to interact with it. Now, when we interact with it, technically, this is irrelevant. And this is supposed to be interacted. Player node. Player node. Inventory open. So we check if the inventory is open. But that is, I think, irrelevant. We prevent the player from interacting with anything when the inventory is open anyways. So to be able to interact in the first place, the player has to close their inventory. That's fine. Okay. So on state is only switched when there's an amount, the battery amount is still there, and that's good. Now, when we are holding it, we can just run the function and supply null into it, because now we're not actually talking to the player node anymore. The flashlight doesn't need to talk to the player, so we can just call it, supply null into it, no player, and it should work just fine. Okay. But that's interact. We need to turn it on. Toggle. So we do func toggle new state, and then here we're going to set the on to be whatever the new state tells it to be, but only if the amount allows us to, if there's more than 0 battery left. Okay. So far, we have to toggle the radio, and now we have to toggle a flashlight. Who knows what other objects we'll have to toggle. Maybe the player should have a special function called toggle held object. Okay, we have this radio toggle, right? And look at that. It's basically just going to the child and then running the toggle function. Toggle on isn't actually accurate because we tell it what state it's supposed to be toggled to. So how about we just say it's a toggle function, and then we just send whatever the toggle state is. Cool. So before I forget, I'm going to go into the radio detector, go to the toggle function, toggle on, and just call it toggle. Cool. Now we go back to the player and we rename this function. So this is going to be toggle held object. Not held object or equipped object. Because held object, we already use that term for physically held objects, like grabbing things physically with a pin joint. Okay, so we're going to go here to the animation player. First, item takeout radio locator. We'll go down here. The name is toggle equipped object, and then the argument is still boolean a true. Cool. Then we're going to go hands rig. Open that sucker up. Item takeout makeshift flashlight. Save it locally. Preserved custom tracks. And then this is item takeout makeshift flashlight. Re-import. Yes, and then we go makeshift flashlight. I do actually like that when you choose an animation that isn't locally saved, it doesn't even give you the option to save it. That really helps with communicating that you're not about to like do all the work on an animation that's going to get lost. Let's see here. So we're going to go here, right here. We're going to tell it to run this function, toggle equipped object. We're going to tell it to send one argument, which is a boolean, which is a true. I think that's it. Okay. Seems like it was already on. Oh, it was already on. And the reason why it was already on is because it records its on state into the item data. And that might be a bit of a problem. Now, before I wanted to record the item data. I wanted to record the on state into the item data. But now, maybe I don't. So what do we do? Let's do var on false. Let's replace this with just a variable on. Okay. So now that it's not an item data, it should not be backed up when we put the item away, so the flashlight should be off when it's in the backpack. But I think that it's also going to be off when we pin it to the wall. So we're going to have to make sure there's a custom piece of code. Okay, cool. It's almost there. We just need to get the spotlight to not be on by default. There we go. Yeah, nice. Okay, so I put it away. Take it back out. Pin it. Okay, so it's off. And this is what we need to do. So, where's our pinning code? Pin. Pinning process. Okay. We instantiate the object. And then pinned object. We know that it's got to be on. So we could say dot on equals. If we're pinning this object, we should still be holding it. So item held node get child 0, and it should have the on variable in it. So propagate the current on state of the object. I believe the flashlight doesn't have the on state, or the flashbang. So we'll just have to make sure that that's accounted for. When we pin something, we can have a little gesture, hand gesture. There we go. Nice. Alright. That works. Beautiful. I love it. What the hell happened here? And it's gonna crash? No? Okay. Beautiful. Okay, so what happened there? We didn't really have anything in our inventory. Lights and shadows look so much better in 4. Yeah, that too. Much higher quality. That elbow going all haywire. It's got to get fixed. Also, I got to do something about that wrist bone there. Also, I can't interact with this now. Oh. Oh, now it doesn't want to toggle. What the heck? Okay. Well, that went kaboom. Let's double check that real quick. All right, so toggle equipped object true. Let's go to radio. Item take out radio locator. Oh, radio toggle. It's still running the radio toggle function. Right. Not right. Toggle equipped object is what you're supposed to be running. Okay, did you not save that? Does it not allow me to, like, click on it? No, toggle equipped object. Let's double check that pickup routine. Well, that works. I don't think it's gonna actually toggle it though. Nope. Okay, that's because we gotta go to inspect. Nope. Pickup radio locator, and then, well, it's a really long animation. Here we go. Okay. Keeping those functions fairly generic. Okay. I gotta straighten out the radio when we pick it up for the first time. Nice. Okay. Nice. Okay, now let me close this. So this time the radio did appear. Let's see what happens when we place the flashlight, pin the flashlight to the wall, pin the tail on the donkey. Okay, so we're gonna do this. Let's pick that up. And it's invisible. Okay. Now why is it invisible? Something right here. Something right here doesn't fire. It does launch the animation, which means this has to actually pass. Before we launch the animation, we move the object here. It will not run this entire routine if there is no free slot. So this has to be somewhere in here. Get parent, remove child. Let me double check this. Place a breakpoint here. Actually, let's do it right here. Something is not right. The pickup inspection animation does not occur when we pin the flashlight to the wall. The only thing that comes to mind is equipped item data variable which is technically just there to check if whatever you're holding is not the same item. Let's see. Hold on. If I do this, it crashes. Oh, no. It breaks because I told it to breakpoint. I'm just gonna let it continue. Okay. Hello? I told it to continue. What is happening? I don't even have my mouse anymore. Oh my god. Okay. No breakpoint. Let's just double check if holding a flashlight out and picking up the radio makes the radio appear. Then we're gonna do it here with a breakpoint. Maybe it's because our hand is still holding technically the flashlight object, like the preview one, when we pin it. Okay, so that works. And then let's place a breakpoint here. Which, to be honest, it could actually be doing that. If we still have a flashlight, like the preview flashlight object in our hand, then when we take this radio and put it into the hand, it becomes child number 2. So all of the commands basically do not reach it. They reach the first child, which is the flashlight. Okay. Well, here's how we can check. We're going to take this, pin it. Okay, so hypothetically, there's nothing in our hand right now. But if we go to remote, go to the level, find the player, go into the rotation helper. Okay, go into the hands rig, armature, skeleton. Okay, right hand attachment. Item held node is empty. There's nothing in it. Okay. So now if I pick it up, we have a breakpoint. Yeah. Okay. So. Collider, get parent, remove child, collider. What's in the collider? That instance. What is this object? This object is rigid body 3D. What was the ID? Radio locator. So that is correct. Okay, so we go step into. We take item held node. We add it as a child. Okay, now did it actually do it? What? Did it just skip all of this? We have to have an error. It just skipped like all of this code that's in here. It's like, nope, I'm not doing this. Collisions between two concave shapes not supported. Oh, that's not the last thing. Pinning process. Node origin. Yeah. That's not really what I need. Yeah, let me double check that again. I swear I just saw it literally say, nope, I'm not running any of this code, which is clearly still supposed to be there. Okay. Maybe it's because the collider is no longer valid? But it shouldn't be. Makes no goddamn sense. Okay. Pick it up. Good. Alright. So. It says 1103. Remove child. Yes. 1104. Add child. Collider. Yes. And then it's just like, I don't care what this stuff is. I'm just gonna go over here now. What the shit? Maybe the collider doesn't actually exist. Okay, maybe we have to like back this up into a variable. Var picked up node. I'm gonna put the collider reference into it. So we freeze it. Get the parent of the collider, remove the child, picked up node. Item held node will receive this item, and then set the position, set the rotation, scale, FPS view. And then let's assume that we cannot talk to the collider using the collider variable as of this point. So we just have to do it this way. As far as we're concerned, the collider does not exist anymore. Picked up node. Okay. Yeah, health scale 2. Yeah. Okay, just gonna double check. That's it. This is the end of the pickup routine. All right, let's see here. So I'll place a breakpoint right here. Let's take a look at this shenanigans. Seriously, that is wild. And the thing is that it still technically works if I don't pin the flashlight. What is it about the flashlight that makes it different? I gotta go take a look at the pinning process. Who the flip knows, man? Okay. Take this. Okay, that's a breakpoint. Okay, last high score was 24 clicks before I could get back into the engine. Alright, collider. Recorded. Freeze. True. What? It didn't even bother running that line. Hold on, why is this gray? What is this? Do I have 2 breakpoints? Like, what is that? Hold on. What's the yellow icon mean? Is that some sort of bypass code? Unused parameter. Current program counter. Is it, though? Hold on. Oh, okay. Why does it keep jumping here? Oh, maybe it's because my mouse keeps getting captured by the program, and it keeps clicking within the code. Oh yeah, that seems like it. Okay. Whew. For a second I thought that the debugger works differently now. Okay. So, we do this. Okay. It set the position. Set the rotation. Cool. Okay, maybe it works now. Let's reload this. Yeah. It is. Because you see I'm advancing the line of code and it advances with it. Yeah, it was just really confusing because Godot is capturing the mouse, but when you do breakpoint, the capture stops working. So the mouse just kind of goes to the middle, and I guess the click still gets processed, so it just clicks in a line of code. Okay. Now. Well, I just decided to punch somebody. What happened? Toggle equipped object. Well, I guess we're gonna have to check if there is something there. If item held node dot get child count is above 0. The audio is screwing up in the background, doesn't make it pleasant audible experience. This is audible. I remember way back when I'd receive a phone call in the middle of the night and I'd pick it up and it sounded like somebody shoved a microphone into a blender. I'm like, well, somebody just uploaded the virus to my brain. I don't need a pry tool. Okay. What? Okay. Huh. Pinning process. Inventory erase hotbar selected item. if the inventory has the selected slot and that selected slot happens to be either makeshift flashlight or makeshift flashbang, specifically from the inventory, we check if the right mouse has been pressed, just pressed. We instantiate the inventory object. Item held node child 0 on. We just forward the data from that here. Set freeze to true, pin to true. Global transform, get tree current scene, add child. Inventory gets the item erased. The item data gets transferred. Aim line gets instantiated. And we add it as a child to the level. And that is literally it. Fascinating. Okay, we're in the player. Picked up node. Maybe it is there, but it's just offset in an awkward location. Or maybe we're queuing free something incorrect. Hold on. I think I know why. I think it is the pinning code. Because we added a node to here. This is our hand attachment, and then this is item held node. Maybe we're queuing free this by accident when we pin the node. Pinning process. What are we? We're not queue freeing it. No. The queue freeing process is handled elsewhere. Okay, destroy held item. Item held node, which is this one. Right. Yes. Item held node. Okay. Okay, so let's follow up on the clue or the hint. I'm actually not sure why this is dark gray. Like some of these lines are dark gray, some of them are not. I don't know what that communicates. Now, maybe it does get moved, but it's not aligned. Let me double check that. So, picked up node. Let's place it right here. What if it does get deposited, but it also gets destroyed? We could technically trace where it might be getting destroyed. If we do a signal, the tree exit signal, and then put a breakpoint in it and use a stack trace to see what's causing it. Although, I don't know if that's going to really cause it to... Oh, okay, cool. Okay. So, I'm just going to use F11 for this. So advance by 1. Okay, as of this point in the remote, the player should have an item. Oh, It is there. It is there. So if I were to continue, which is F something, indicates unsafe code, which means editor doesn't know if this is going to work at runtime or not. Interesting. Continue F12, okay. So let's go here. F12. Oh, you son of a bitch. Fine. Go. Okay, so I'm going to pause this. There we go. So I saw the object appear in the inspector, and now it's gone. So I think it might actually be getting destroyed by something. I think somewhere out here there's a piece of code that is destroying the held item. And I think it might be the same code that checks what item we're holding, and if it's not the same, it destroys and recreates it. Oh, it probably is. Because when we pin a flashlight, our inventory slot becomes empty. And we have a piece of code that checks for that to make sure that we don't have unnecessary things. Okay, cool. That might be it. Let's take a look. Q, can we stop, please? I need my editor to be responsive, at least somehow, or somewhat. Q free. Oh! Hold on. Item held node. Get children. If it's not the picked up item, Q free. Well, that I don't think it's this. Let's do... Is it this? Jesus, can I spell? Breakpoint. Okay. Let's see if this gets triggered when I pick up the radio. If it's not this, then it's got to be that other code. If it is this, then I guess the comparison didn't work. Why would the comparison not work? Okay. So, that's a breakpoint, but that's the first breakpoint. I'm just gonna take that off. Continue. Indent. Oh, child re. Well, something happened. Let's just run that again. Right, pick it up. No breakpoint tripped. Run it again. Place a flashlight, then pick it up. Nope, it's not that. Do I still have the breakpoint there? Yes, I do. So this should have tripped if that was the case. I'm gonna print just as a sanity check. Item deleted, and we're gonna do each item. Okay. I know the breakpoint should have tripped, but I'm a paranoid bitch, because weirder things have happened, or so I believe. So I'm just gonna do this one itty bitty little check. Nothing like programmer paranoia when you start doubting compilers, lint behavior. Okay. Yeah. Look at my fingies. Okay. So output, setting up FPS view, radio detector. I mean, it sets this up. FPS animation finished. Yeah. Okay. It didn't delete anything because there's nothing to delete. Because our hands were empty. Okay, so it's not this then. Let's go take a look. Where do we remove something? What is this? Clear all notes. Oh, that's irrelevant. Note list. Okay, remove the picked up item scene from held node. This is only when it's done. I don't think this is it, but I'm gonna give it a test anyways. Gotta make sure I don't forget to get rid of these breakpoints before doing a release. That would be disastrous. Well, I mean, it would have tripped by now. Okay, that's fine. Get rid of this. What do we have here? Detective selected slot item has changed. Held item node. Well, there's the child count to check. Held item, remove child. Remove the item from the hand immediately. Okay. So I think this might be it. Although why it behaves like this, I don't know. Well, it probably do, because that's the variable right there. Selected item data. That's the variable that holds the data of the last item we were holding. And when we pin the flashlight, we might not actually be clearing that variable, which before that wasn't really a problem. Okay, oh, okay, that's fine. It's removing the items. Ooh. There we go. It's just removing the items from our hand. Yep. 12. Leave that there. And now... Ah! There it is! There it is! It's right here. This is the breakpoint that causes it to happen. Okay, so... Get rid of this. So what do we got here? Current item, inventory get, hotbar selected slot. We get null if there's nothing. If the selected item slot data is not the same, or we have no children, less than 1, which is, I don't know why I didn't just do equals to 0, then update this and do this whole thing. Okay, so when we pin a flashlight, we did get a breakpoint because it removed the item data. Ah, right. When we remove the item data, well, this should have tripped it because there's no more items, so it should have given us a null. So this should have been not the same as this, and it should have tripped. But when we pick up a radio, this is null. This is not null, which makes sense because we've just picked up the item. We can technically negate this whole thing by just not running it when we're not in the, what is it? Inventory process. When we're not in the state, the general state. But I figured that's supposed to already take place. This whole inventory process, nope, it just kind of sits there in the process function. All right, fair enough. What else is here? Held item icon. Calculate if the mouse is inventory. I guess we can do if state is not general, return. I don't think literally any of this stuff needs to run. Yeah. While we're picking something up. Man, there's going to be so many little nooks and crannies we have to iron out. Like, what if you have something in your inventory slot, your inventory is open, and you decided to pick up this thing. So we got to be like, don't allow to pick up these items if your inventory is open. Or if you do decide to pick something up, then put the item in the inventory back to where it was before. So, like, deposit it back to the old slot. I'm just going to pin the flashlight right now. At least we found it. God damn. Yes, it worked. I totally forgot to pay attention to what the hell is happening. Nice. I'm still trying to press the E button to interact with it, by the way. Right now it's on the left button. Ah, nice. Oh yeah, and we have random physics calls, so the door may open, you know, wide open, or it may open just a little bit. That's really cool. Cool. I don't have the Amnesia style walk up to a door, click and hold it, and walk backwards to open it. You know? Hey. Okay, that's not supposed to have happened. Because this door can just be interacted with. Oh, I know why. Found a bug. If the cabinet is not locked, we should just disable this collision shape right away. So we go here in the ready function, else disable true, and then I guess we can do can pry false. Cool. I think tomorrow we're gonna try to address the litany of errors in the debugger. You know, get that porting process finished up. Oh boy. Whoops. That's not what I wanted to do. Yeah. So we just open this right away. Had an interesting few comments with somebody on the Godot subreddit when I posted the video of the unlocking animation. Imagine the Fallout style lockpicking minigame, but it's just like you with a sledgehammer, or you with a crowbar in the door. Hold on, I think I can hear the pin. Just rattles the whole door. It just takes it off the hinges. I gotta be oh no, my crowbar broke. Damn it. Well, let's get another 99 ones. Okay. Cool. Right. You know, we could actually do something along the lines of, you can think of it as you're pulling the animation. We don't even have to make any new animations for this. So, check this out. We have the crowbar gets inserted into the door. We pull it, and then we have to listen to an audio cue. If you miss the audio cue and you continue pulling it, it breaks your tool. But if you don't, it unlocks the door. So you have to like click on the button at the right time. So if we do pry tool, right? So we do this, click, and then it's still stationary. Okay? So if I start moving it, we can have the game generate a random time, and it's going to be like between 3 and 5 seconds. We're within the range of the animation. So we keep moving our mouse, okay, and then sound cue, and then okay, we left click instead of continuing to move the mouse. If you miss it, then it's just going to break your tool. If you don't miss it, it unlocks the door. That's like a little extra layer of gameplay that we can apply onto this thing. I wouldn't really call it a skill check. Not like in, what is it? The, what's that game? Where there's one villain and then you are like the 4 survivors trying to start generators to get out of this purgatory world. Until something. Daylight savings time. What's the name of the game? Lest we survive. I don't fucking remember. Would imagine it's moving the mouse slowly to avoid breaking the tool. That is also another cool idea. Pair that with what I just said, right? Move it to a certain speed. So, right, so move it slow enough or just within a proper speed. If you don't move it fast enough, we could have the animation roll back, but that will require us to adjust the animation just a little bit, which I don't think should be too big of a deal. But you move the mouse fast enough, it makes the animation move forward. If you don't move fast enough, it starts going back, so you lose that progress. And then at some point, there's an audio cue. If you hear it, you gotta left click, and that's going to open up the door. Which is, we literally just made the freaking lockpick. the lockpick mechanic from Fallout. God damn it. It's literally the same thing, except there it's not an audio cue, it's a specific angle. And you gotta test for it. If the player pulls the mouse too quickly, it will break. Yeah. It's a slightly different set of inputs. Who knows? That might be kind of fun, to be honest. Because then it puts a little bit more skill. Because right now it's button mash. It's still interactive, but it's not a challenge. So that's actually interesting. Opening a door, it's like a comparison between opening a door in Fallout and opening a door in Batman, the Arkham series. Right? With the Arkham series, it's just button mashing, which is what I got right now. Which, it's still gameplay, right? Something to do. And in Fallout, it's more, I guess, skill-based. So I suppose, since we are making a game, we might want to consider making it skill-based. And I do like the idea of penalizing if you move the mouse too quickly, because that's actually the whole reason why I added the clamp to the mouse speed being added to the animation seek function, so that you don't just like grab the mouse and just fling it across the desk and insta open the whole thing. But now it's not that I'm limiting it. I'm specifically punishing trying to bypass it and go too fast. So that is actually a really good suggestion. I like it. Cool. Got a flashlight. That's nice. I think it's in the wrong viewport. Oh yeah. After we have added our hands, after we had it play the inspection animation or the opening animation, it actually kept the hands within the real world. So now our items don't actually line up. Let me just fix that. I'll fix that real quick. Where is it? Hand set FPS view. In-game view. Yes, so we need FPS view. And we need it by the end of the pry finish. There we go. Otherwise our hands remain in the in-game viewport. Okay, so right now it's on top of the gameplay. Hands don't clip through anything. That's good. Okay, this. Yep. FPS view. Take this. Oh, that's not what I want. What the? Hello? What? Son of a bitch. It detected a left click and then immediately detected that I had a radio equipped. And now I can't actually do... Oh, I guess we're doing this. All right. God damn it. Okay. We were in general, but I suppose we gotta make sure that our animation isn't playing anything. Ah, jeez. Okay. Yeah, so it was like the moment I swapped out the item data was now the pry tool, and it immediately detected the left click. So maybe don't allow the left click, well, don't allow any item interaction when the inventory is open. Is it in the object interaction? What is this? Animation. No, it is an object interaction. Yeah. Right here. Scripted prying start. Okay. So here's what we'll do. If inventory open, return. No object interaction for you until you close the inventory. We could even darken the background, the game screen just a little bit to communicate that it's not supposed to be interacted. That you're supposed to like close the inventory. All right, let's double check this. So I'm gonna take this. I mean, it seems to be working. Let me just jeez. Let me just take the radio locator directly into the inventory. Nice. Pry open. Okay, that doesn't work. And then I take this. Good. Okay, thank you. Why is it missing the texture again, though? Okay. We got it. I totally forgot what I got sidetracked off of. Oh well. So, you know what? That does seem like an interesting idea. So we advance the animation forward. If you stop moving the mouse, the animation just starts going backwards, so you lose that progress. And if you overshoot, so you listen to the audio cue, it will be placed at random locations in the animation, like given 3 or 5 second buffer in the beginning. And then if you miss the cue, then a second after the audio cue, it will break the tool. Regardless of how many uses you have. It will just break the whole tool. God, that would suck. Or maybe not. Maybe we'll just make it like it will use one use of the tool. Because the pry tool is good for like 3 break-ins or something. So maybe we'll just subtract 1 and say, cool. Do that 2 more times, you're going to lose the whole tool. Right. I think that's actually a really cool idea. Thank you very much. I'm going to yoink that. Pry tool. Mechanic. Move mouse to advance animation. Pry animation forward. Listen to an audio cue, or I guess cue. And press left click to break open the door. If cue is missed, tool is used up, or use up 1 tool use. Cool. I'm gonna place that right at the top. Not bad. We do have like 18 minutes left technically. Anything that we can do? Maybe the flashbang takeout. Think we can do that. Let's go flashlight. Flash bang. Where's the flashbang? Makeshift pry tool. There we go. Nice. 0.6. Where's it 0.5? What do we scale the flashlight by? 0.5. So we're going to do 0.5 here as well. I don't want to record that. Thank you very much. Let's keep it not recorded. Scale 0.5. Yup. Just do a quick one. This one doesn't require anything special because you're not really flicking anything on. Let's do child off. Armature. Item. Don't inherit scale. Okay. Yeah, that looks good. As a matter of fact, it doesn't look like scale gets inherited. Okay. Actually, that looks really weird. Oh, point mid. That's not it. This needs to be wrist item. There we go. All right, so I guess I can maybe copy the flashlight animation, just cut out some stuff. What is the flashbang's item ID? Makeshift flashbang. Very sophisticated. Duplicate, protect, makeshift flashbang. And now right. The flashbang is a little different though. It's kind of like this. So how are we going to hold it? When we didn't have hands, I didn't have to worry about this. But now it's like, maybe I can flip it upside down. And hold it by the battery. Yeah, I think that's going to work. Yeah, look at that. It's pretty much perfect. Okay, that might not be so perfect. Let's actually just get all this stuff cleaned up. So we don't need any of the stuff except for location rotation at the end. Get rid of this. Okay, and then we do this. Sure. It kind of looks a little awkward to hold. Actually, I think my wrist is just too twisted. It's got to be more straight. Ah, okay. So this may be a reason for having two bones in the wrist, even though technically there's only like one. Like the whole wrist, the palm is just one shape. Being able to bend the latter half might be a good idea to do this. Is there a way to set up sliders? There is. I just never really looked into it because it hasn't really been a necessity. You know? Plus, modeling something that isn't perceived as holdable is a totally different thing if you kind of, model something with an intention to hold it in the hand. I would have given this thing like some sort of a handle, I would say. Push it in the palm. That might work. It's kind of awkward, to be honest. Let's do something like this. It's this angle over here. The hand just kind of sticking out this way. Looks a little awkward. Also, it's looking in the opposite direction there. Hmm. Maybe. Can't really see this finger from under here, but sure. I think for the time being this could work. Oh, hey. Can you please not? The pose has to be consistent. Oh yeah, the fingers have to be consistent as well. So take this, bam, 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 bam. There we go. Just one single pose throughout the entire motion. Okay. And then we can do like this. It's at a bit of an angle, but that might not be such a bad thing. If I take just the rotation frames, I could also make it a bit smoother. I think it's a little slow. The entire first half of this animation, nothing is really happening. That could work. So once again, it arrives to the destination before the rotation is finished. So that works. And I think I'm not going to mess around with it anymore. If I want to make this work, I think I need to do something about the design of this flashbang. Give it some sort of like a handle, or, well, quite literally give it a handle. Probably make it a part of the recipe. Let's place this into, move the collection, item props, disable, and then there we go. And that, I would say, was a pretty productive way to spend the last 20 minutes. Cool. Let me just double check that it actually works. We know that the flashbang is going to have half the scale when held. I gotta say, this is a really really interesting way of handling held objects and same objects in the world, where they're almost twice the size in the level. That bug was a doozy. Yes, it was. But it was a doozy because it involved pre-state machine code. You see, when starting with the Tomicon, I'm going to make sure that I start the player with a state machine right away. And I'm going to try to handle it using state machines. Which is something I never really considered for the player until now. What the hell am I testing? Nice. That'll do. Beautiful. Yeah. Cool. Yep, so we figured it out. We'll just start with the state machine next time around. Yeah. That's pretty damn good. Okay. That's it. I'm gonna push this to Git. And cool beans. Good work to me. Yay. Pat on the back. High five. Self. Ah, yeah. Okay. Have a good one. Thanks for the company.